It started like any other day. The sun was shining, and the halls of West Johnston High were filled with laughter and the clatter of lockers. I was in my second period math class, half listening to Mr. Thompson drone on about quadratic equations. The faint hum of everyday life, the squeak of sneakers on the floor, the occasional burst of laughter from the hallway, was comforting. Suddenly the intercom crackled to life. "Attention please. Lockdown. Locks, lights, out of sight." The announcement repeated, each time more ominous than the last. At first we thought it was a drill. Some students exchanged nervous giggles, but the urgency in the voice told us otherwise. Mr. Thompson's face turned pale, and that's when we knew something was wrong. Mr. Thompson quickly locked the door and motioned for us to get down. Desks were shoved against the door, creating a makeshift barricade. "Stay calm," he whispered, though his voice shook. We turned off the lights, and the room plunged into an eerie darkness. The faint glow of phones lit up the terrified faces around me as students sent frantic messages to loved ones. I texted my mom, "Lockdown. I love you." Her reply came almost instantly, "What's happening? Are you safe?" I didn't know how to respond. The silence was oppressive. Every sound felt magnified, the rustling of clothing, the faint hum of the ventilation system. Then a loud thud echoed from the hallway. Someone stifled a gasp. The tension in the room was suffocating. We all sat frozen, listening for any sign of what was happening outside. Footsteps. Slow, deliberate, echoing down the hallway. Then came the knocks. They started softly, tentative, like someone testing the doors. The sound moved closer, door by door, until it reached ours. A shadow passed by the narrow window, lingering for a moment before moving on. We all held our breath. Tears streamed down the face of the girl next to me as she clutched her friend's hand. Mr. Thompson stood near the door, a fire extinguisher in his hands, ready to defend us if necessary. Minutes felt like hours. The knock stopped, but the fear didn't. Whispers from the hallway, indistinct but menacing, sent shivers down my spine. I kept glancing at the clock on the wall. The second hand seemed to move slower and slower, mocking our desperation. Someone's phone buzzed loudly, and the sound was like a gunshot in the stillness. Heads whipped around, and the offender quickly silenced it, their hands trembling. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the intercom announced, "Lockdown over. All clear." Relief washed over us, but it was tinged with lingering fear. No one moved at first, as if we didn't believe it was truly over. "It's okay," Mr. Thompson assured us. Slowly we emerged from our hiding spots, shaken but unharmed. The hallway was a scene of chaos. Books, papers, and even trash were strewn across the floor, a visual testament to the panic we had all felt. Emergency personnel were everywhere, their radios crackling with static and updates. A group of students stood huddled together, crying and comforting each other. The police later told us they had apprehended several trespassers. No weapons were found, but their intentions remained unclear. It didn't matter. The damage had already been done. Outside, the scene was just as intense. Parents waited anxiously, some pacing, others holding each other for support. I spotted my mom among the crowd. I ran to her, and she pulled me into a tight embrace. "You're safe," she whispered, tears streaming down her face. We left the school grounds in silence, the weight of the day pressing down on us. As we drove home, the radio played softly in the background, but I barely heard it. My mind replayed the events over and over. That night, sleep was impossible. I lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, haunted by every sound and every shadow. My phone buzzed with messages from friends, all asking the same questions. "What just happened?" and "Are you okay?" I didn't have answers, only the raw emotions of fear and relief. I couldn't shake the image of that shadow passing by our door or the sound of those knocks. What if things had gone differently? What if they had gotten inside? The what-ifs spiraled in my mind.